The 24-hour race in Le Mans is completely different to the sprint race. We have many different conditions during 24 hours, and also we have many different situations where we have to decide in the team which is the best strategy for us, which means we have to decide if we push now, if we go a little bit on the safe side, or if we just keep the pace, and this makes the race 24 hours so different to the sprint race.
The pit stop is a really exciting moment in endurance, because it's the only series where you actually have to do a pit stop and you have to be as quick as possible.
Basically, when you come back from the stint, is the pit stop, you know, so the job is not finished, because you still need to arrive to the pit entry at the maximum speed and keep the clutch until the guy takes out the rear wheel.
It's like a kind of combination between the precision of the rider to arrive in the stand, to don't do any mistake, to don't rush into the stand, and the mechanic, of course, do the greatest part of the job. They have to be fully synchronized, they have to be quick, but they have to be precise, they have to be effective, and they doesn't have to do any mistake. This is the hardest point, but in the last few years, these YART guys improved so much, and we are almost every time the fastest on the pit stop, and this helps us a lot, because when you can save time on the pit stop, maybe you can save 5-6 seconds each time. 5-6 seconds to recover on track for us is a lot more difficult, and it is very hard. And when you have this kind of advantage, when you refuel, it's great, and I have to say thanks to them.
You come in, pit limiter, of course, from the start of the pit lane, 60k. We have like with the tape a mark where we have to stop, and we go there. We have to put the neutral gear or change the rear tire. And at the same time, we have to put the engine off. We put the engine off and the light with one button. So engine have to be off and the light off, and we jump off the bike, and we have to take this cap away, like this. Then there's refueling, and the rider who jump on the bike after, he just have to push that and start again. But first the tires have to be changed, and after, when the tires are changed, is the refueling, and after is go time again.
The biggest difference for a race bike and the street bike is the fairing. They have special suspension for racing. They use different rims, and they use, for example, smaller chain, bigger radiators to be more on the performance side of the bike. The difference from a race bike to the endurance bike is we need to take back the light because of the 24-hour race. We have a bigger fuel tank to remain longer on the track, but we are limited to 24 liters. And especially for the 24-hour or every endurance race, we mounted the special parts for quick change, which means that we can change many things on the bike very fast. Because of the length of the race, there are many different conditions on the track, like rain, it's hot, it's cold, especially the track condition drop or something like this. And all of these conditions, the Bridgestone tyre try to survive. The Bridgestone provide us tires for very hot condition, for very low temperature, like it is normal in Le Mans. For example, in April we have a very low temperature outside, and also for the wet.
After the injury, I was not sure if I could take part to the 24 hours of Le Mans, and I had kind of rush with the physiotherapy and the recovery, but I wasn't ready. And luckily, they decided, due to COVID situation, to postpone the race. And now I am like 85% of my recovery. I feel quite good. Honestly, I don't have such big pain when I ride the bike, but physically I couldn't train as I wanted. So it's kind of difficult to know before a 24 hours race how it's gonna be, but for sure it's gonna be tougher for me. But I'm happy that I could already do some good lap times, and I try my best to don't be too much tired and not be destroyed during the race.